So this was an absolutely beautiful trade on gold yesterday, and I want to show you every single reason why this was pretty much as perfect as it gets when it comes to my model. Because I think understanding what makes this setup S tier, not even A tier, I think it's S tier, it's more valuable than just watching a bunch of mediocre A tier trades. Yeah, so this was on gold, Friday, 17th April, around 3:30, 3:40 a.m. And yeah, so what makes it so special? Well, so throughout all my time of refining, I've really just boiled down my model to a very simple point where now I pretty much just see it as 3 steps. It's, do we have a point of interest? And then are we on the right side of premium and discount? And then thirdly, do we have an inverse fair value gap? Like, that's it. It's just those 3 things. If those 3 things line up, then it's a good trade. So yeah, things are starting to feel really easy, really simple now. And all 3 of those things lined up perfectly in this setup. And I'll break them down one by one. So, all right, I'll start with the point of interest. So let's go to the start of the hour. Yeah, I'll just get rid of all this. All right, so here is what we're working with. So we had this previous candle sweep this high before giving us a strong close through. So this Chad candle closes bearishly through this point of interest and this point of interest. And this occurred right after a sweep, which is, if you've been following, what we call a post-sweep POI, making this point of interest extra potent, extra strong, giving it a higher likelihood of reversal once we engage the point of interest. So this is the first reason why I think this setup was just like perfect. We have a picture perfect points of interest to work with. So once these are created, I'll just move them over to 3 a.m. because that is when this candle closes and we can start to look for them to get engaged. Now, 3 a.m. candle starts. Before we look at the entry, I need to first mark out my premium discount range. And as you can see here, looking at this, for me, it's pretty clear. It's right there. Just a clear, pretty much one directional move down, big bodies, barely any retracements. Exactly what you want to see from an impulse leg. So that is the second step. We've got our premium and discount ranges set out. So we would not want to take a short down here. We would want to ideally get high up into a premium or get a nice sharp rejection cleanly off the 0.5 level, which is what we do end up getting. Spoiler alert. But yes, let's go back to the 1 minute and see if we get our inverse fair value gap entry. Now that we have our strong POIs set here and our premium discount range labeled. All right, so hour starts, price comes up towards the POIs. Nothing yet, nothing yet. Bang. So what we could be watching right now is there is a gap here. This might get inversed, but nope. We end up, okay, I went a bit too fast. So we end up making another sweep right there. We end up sweeping this swing high. And then at this point, it's helpful to also look at the 30-second chart in addition to the 1 minute chart, because sometimes you might not get the inverse fair value gap on the 1 minute chart, but you will get it on the 30-second chart. So right there, bang. Here is your iFVG that gets inversed on the 30-second time frame. And so if I go to the 1 minute, you'll see nothing. So I'll just get rid of that. No gaps here, 0 FVGs. Oh no, there is one here actually. Right? No, okay. Yeah, so it doesn't end up actually closing through it. So you would have to wait for, yeah, so the 1 minute does not actually inverse that one. It only inverses it here. So if you were waiting for the 1 minute, you would have to enter in here. Which is why sometimes it's nice to look at the 30-second, because if I go back to the 30-second, you can see we inverse this gap here, giving us an entry on this candle closure. So you can enter there, stop just up there, and drawn liquidity is all the way down here. So that would be a total of 4.2R. But personally, I wouldn't need to go any more than this draw down here, which is already 2.5. And let's watch that play out. Bang, beautiful. So I don't believe it ends up reaching all the way down, yeah, but you do get a potential 4.17R out of that. And as you notice, we did short in a discount, but we had a beautiful reaction off the 0.5 level. The 0.5 level, I'm telling you, is absolute magic. Like, if you're not doing this already, just go to the 5-minute chart, draw out your current impulse leg, which is this, and watch how price reacts to the 0.5. So often, you get a very clean reaction off it. Like, if you get an inverse fair value gap off the 0.5, it's money, absolute money, as you can see here. Combined with post-sweep POIs, what more could you ask for? This is picture perfect to me. And it's actually quite simple. I've realized, like, my entire process now is literally just 3 steps. It's, do we have points of interest? It's a bonus if they are post-sweep points of interest. And then, are we on the right side of premium/discount, which is step 2? Or are we reacting off the midline? But you just got to draw the range and see which side we're on or if we're reacting off it. And then thirdly, do we have a nice, thick inverse fair value gap? Like this one, with a bit of girth to it. You don't want these like tiny ones. And that's it. It's really just 3 steps. And that's like an A+ trade for me. I feel like everything else that I may have mentioned before, just like multi-time frame CISTs, previous date EQs, SMT, stuff like that is nice. It's a nice bonus, but I feel like it's at a point now where it's very simple. It's all clicking, and it's just easy to execute, and it makes sense to me. And when I look at a setup like this, it's just, it all makes sense. It's perfect. So yeah, that's it for today. Pretty quick one. I just saw this really nice, beautiful setup yesterday and felt like it's a perfect example to show what the model looks like right now at its best and simplest form. So I hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time.